how we roll. Gonna be real, gonna be authentic. So moving forward, happy Saturday. 3 cards. This is a very excitable message. I'm charged. I'm pumped. Let's fucking unpack it. 9 of Swords. So looking at this, you might be like, oh, we're neurosing. We have something on our mind. You guys see the gears coming out of homeboy's head? Like, pff. So welcome in. Everybody's coming in. We got all y'all coming in. Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for being here. Very inspirational, positive, charged message. Charged because I'm the delivery, I'm the messenger. Wheel of Fortune. Somebody here is going through an ending. So I gotta tell you guys, I don't even know how to articulate this. I need to just slow myself down. We have a decision to make, unfortunately, and the only unfortunate part of this reading is ourselves. We are going to self-sabotage. Hopefully not. This is saying we're going to close that door on fear, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, and we're going to expand because we are weaving our fate. We are moving forward. There's something here for somebody around divine timing. Do you guys see the clock I put in here, the little clock? Something around divine timing. Just a quick rundown so you'll know if this is your reading or not. That way you can skedaddle if it's not your jam, not your story. 21 in the world. So we have the 4 fixed zodiacs. We have Taurus, Aquarius, we have Leo, and we have Scorpio. So in all of the different zodiacs, each one has a fixed, a cardinal, and another one, immutable. So this is fixed energy, meaning like we really want to do this. We have made up our mind. There is no discouraging, like very hyper focused, hyper vigilant on something. So I'll just chalk it up to that. So we have a goal. There's something here on our mind. Somebody here, you want this thing. So if we can get through the fear, I say fear because the swords bring a little element of fear, self-sabotage. It's the ego. Sabotage. How about sabotage? It's the ego. It's the shit that grinds our gears at night when we're trying to rest and recover, and it's just on the brain because we're hyper-focused on something. So that is kind of the general message. Let's get very specific. Unpack this. 10 minutes or less. Go. Wheel of Fortune has to do with life cycles and constant change. So again, if you guys can see the skeins of yarn, it's work, family, fate, and your life. All of the really important pillars that kind of shape our reality and how we're navigating why we're here and why we do what we do, why we wake up and go to work, why we make the decisions that we make. Those 4 pillars are driving it. Family, friends, fate, and life. So in other words, this is a karmic card. There's something here about abundance. There's an opportunity. You see how she's holding the globe? This is kind of like my interpretation when I made this of like, the world is your oyster. You're being given an opportunity, right? This is about divine timing, good luck, a karmic destination. Somebody could be traveling. I need to just jump that, throw it right up. Somebody could be traveling. I want to go down to 21. Numerology, for any of you who have been with me on this channel, you guys know I always gotta fucking talk about numerology. Why? Because it's really important. It's another layer of information and knowledge. What is 2 + 1? 3. 3 in numerology is the manifestation. So you have been wanting a thing. You've been calling something into your reality, or as I say, your field. You want something. There's something here that you've been manifesting. This is about freedom, clarity, spiritual growth, celebration, new beginnings. This is about ascension. We're going up. Again, divine, that is the divine part of that equation, divine timing. Ascension. There's some kind of travel. Now, I'm going to say this, and again, take it or leave it. It could be international. Somebody could be going overseas somewhere, depending on where you live, or you could be coming to the States. There's something here about international travel or just traveling within wherever you are living. So it could be from state to state, but there is something here about going the distance. Going the distance. The 4 signs represent fixed energy, which means compass points. So these are the 4 like transitional seasons, right? Aries, we kick off the calendar because we're the starters, right? As I talked about when I did the reel. The cardinal signs, Aries being one of them, we're the ones we get shit going. The mutable signs, which would be like Gemini, for example, they're the ones that look at all the details and they micromanage things. Your fixed zodiacs are like, let's roll up our goddamn sleeves and let's get shit done. So in other words, action, as we said when we first started rolling this. Right now, for somebody, whoever this is for, this is the time for you to be taking action. You're not going to sit around and wait for the universe or spirit or the cosmos or whatever your belief system is to just deliver it. You have got to go out. You are ready to move on to the next phase and bringing balance into this equation. 21, the world. I'm still talking about this. If this is a person that I'm speaking of, this person could be you. Maybe you're really worldly. Maybe you've traveled quite a bit. You've had a past where you've traveled. Maybe you've settled down. Regardless of how you want to spin, you want to spin that story. Sorry, that was funnier in my head. However you want to unpack this, either you've traveled before, you're traveling now, or there's future travel. You are very worldly. This is something to do with measuring the amount of life experience. That's another way of saying it. You have a lot of life experience. Again, I could be talking to somebody who is a travel agent, somebody who works within a business, and you do retreats. Maybe you travel and you have business meetings, so it requires you to travel. And again, that could be international or it could be from state to state. I'll let you guys figure that out. That's if I'm talking to a person. If this is a situation, you have reached a karmic conclusion. There's something here you have completed, okay? So you've completed a phase or a cycle, because remember, this is about cycles. Do you guys see the infinity sign? I put that in here, I believe, because what is life? Life is an infinite continuation of evolving, learning, expanding, launching, allowing. We grow, we learn, we go into incubation, we hibernate, then we grow, right? It's seasons. It's cyclical, which is why these guys are here. These represent the 4 seasons. So there's something here for somebody. I need you guys to think, what have you completed? Or are you in like this gestational where you're trying to launch something and maybe you've completed a cycle of that, but there's something here again about challenges, accepting challenges, success. When you experience success, it's going to bring a new baggage, a new package, a new group, a new set of challenges as you evolve, as you travel down this road. I want to say the road least traveled. Again, I could be speaking to an entrepreneur. There's always going to be some kind of a challenge set before you on this road, right? You don't see it until you arrive, and then when you arrive, then you see it, and then you kind of adjust accordingly. So that's what the fixed energy is here. It's kind of like being okay with cutting your losses. Not that I want to say loss, because we associate loss with negativity. What I'm saying is seeing or knowing when. It's kind of like when to cut yourself off from something when something is no longer serving you. I'm really trying to reframe this in a positive way. But for the lack of expression, we'll just say cutting your losses. Knowing when you've kind of hit your threshold of like time versus money, you know, like there's a business explanation. I don't know what it is I'm trying to say. It's kind of like time is money, knowing when something isn't really efficient anymore and there's got to be a better way of doing it. So there's something here about a major ending, some kind of a phase. There's some kind of a pause. Somebody could be like in a limbo or a holding pattern before this new energy comes in. Okay. So there might be a feeling, you might be feeling restless as you're experiencing this shift of this old energy shifting into this new energy. So you're going from completion, right? We talked about the 4 zodiacs. You're finishing this cycle and you're getting ready to launch into a new cycle. And when we're on that teetering place, it can create restlessness, unease, anxiety for some people, uncertainty, as we said with this card, self-doubt. The things that we tell ourselves, all the little stories we tell ourselves when we're unsure because we can't see the deadline. But trust, this is the conclusion of this morning's reading. This is the end. This is the Wheel of Fortune, meaning there's a new beginning. What goes around comes around. Somebody here will be having more options. I just heard resources. I'm going to honor resources. Allowing fate to happen. Trust your luck and don't push. So in other words, again, you can't force something energetically if it's not for you. If you're trying to launch something and you're trying to host something, or like for myself, I'm going to be hosting a webinar. I can't force people to come to that. I can only energetically put out what I believe in. And if it resonates, people will show up. I'm just using that as a transparent moment, right? Because it's safe. It's mine. I won't get into trouble saying it. So in terms of this message, whatever it is that you're trying to push forward, you're trying to move something forward, you're trying to see something through to completion, you have to allow it, right? Like we just said with the wheel, there are phases and cycles. You have a thought, you have a desire, you have a dream, you launch it, you put it out into this energetic fabric or this energetic matrix, and then you pull back and you kind of allow it. Give it some time to do its thing and find those resources and work behind the scenes, and then it'll deliver it. And if it doesn't, then you sit back down at the chalkboard and you do things differently. It's a cycle, it's a phase right here, Wheel of Fortune. It's about being in the transformation space or the transformative space and being okay with it. So again, wrapping up this card, what goes around comes around. Trust yourself, believe in the process or trust in the process. Last little bit, swords are my air zodiacs. I could be speaking to an air zodiac, although you don't have to be for this to be your reading. All I'm saying is that we are sprinkling in the vibe of the air people. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is about communication. So somebody here could be trying to articulate something with a business partner. Maybe you're trying to pitch something to a business somewhere. However we want to articulate this. There's something here about the ego. It's about someone could be a little bit ego driven. So that could be creating this limbo or this holding pattern. Somebody here could definitely be having some issues or experiencing some issues with authority, not wanting to be controlled, somebody not wanting to follow the rules per se, which is definitely Aquarius. It's very much a freedom zodiac. It's a sign of freedom, self-freedom, freeing yourself, breaking through. Okay, this is again very much connected to the mind. Having a breakthrough in how we're seeing something, having a breakthrough on how we're saying something. We're expressing this. Nines, as we already said, I'm just recapping, deal with endings, completions of a cycle. So again, this is about being in alignment. You are trying to attain a thing. There is fulfillment in this formula or accomplishment. Success is very much in this reading, in this formula. Somebody, a little bit of a caution, could be just overthinking something. Okay, somebody here, as we saw the gears, somebody could be overthinking something. And that overthinking is what's keeping you here, right? When we overthink something, it keeps us in this energy, the energetic soup of not taking action. What did we say? This is the time to take action. So in other words, let me say it like this. Get out of your fucking head. Get out of your head and get into the seat and drive. It's time to take action. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Hopefully this has resonated. Bottom of the deck, more swords in reverse. So do you see this in reverse? This is saying a decision needs to be made. Two of swords, a decision, right? Two choices. Grass is always greener on the other side, but it's in reverse, meaning what? We're not making the decision. Why are we not making the decision to take action? Because we're stuck in our head. Why? Because we're overthinking it. Do you guys see how this is going round and around? It's like a hamster on a wheel. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope this has resonated. Do your homework. Do yourself a favor. Get out of your head. Put it on paper. Write it down. Have those conversations. Tap into those resources. Network. And get your shit, man. Get it. Get it, get it, get it. Align with that energy of the new beginning. All right, friends, in light and love. I'll see you guys next reel. Take care.